jaBROni, jaBRONIXYZ ABC. It doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the jaBROnis presented by bodyslam.net. I am Topher McCann, joined with Mr. Mike Butler.
What's going on?
Oh, man. Well, a lot of things going on. Interesting trip to a wrestling show last night. We'll get into that. But before all that, what's going on? How are things? How's the past week been?
Past week has been all right. I was still a little under the weather from last week. It just kicked into high gear at the beginning of the week, but I'm getting over it. And had to go in to work at like 3 a.m. So I'm feeling it, but I'm ready to go. And my company, Wawa, sending me to the Eagles game on Tuesday. Real excited about that. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Very excited.
Little perks you get there.
Sometimes it's good.
Well, I could have used you last night.
Oh, you're making me want to rumble. I don't know this story that's about to happen.
We've kept this close. Yeah, I've not told you anything about this. I mean, never leave a jaBROni behind. Name of the episode. So I mean, that's one. But I'm gonna say I don't think I can do I think you need to be there. I think you need to be there when I go to wrestling shows.
Okay.
I think I need you to be there because maybe. All right, let's get into it. We went to me and a few friends I haven't seen in a while. Went to Battleground Championship Wrestling, which was down at 2300 Arena last night, Saturday evening. The billed as the main event was Jerry the King Lawler versus Bully Ray, which ended up being the first match on the show. We'll get into just before we get down there. We were going to go to a bar restaurant, maybe grab some drinks before. We went to one of the guys' house to have a few beers beforehand. And soon enough, YouTube was on the television. Mm-hmm. And I believe first it was Land of Confusion by Genesis was on, watching that music video. And then soon enough, we were watching a live performance of Peter Gabriel's In Your Eyes via YouTube before. Great song. Love it. And honestly, with the person who was putting this on, if you told me that this is how the night was going to start off, I would have probably agreed with you. Like everything so far on par of what this night probably was going to be like. Soon enough, we make our way down. At a Budweiser Select. I got handed to me, so I had a couple of road beers on the way down.
Okay.
Had shotgun because of my age, so that was cool.
Good for you. Love that rule.
5 of us total traveling down to the show. We get down there, nice parking right out front the venue. Have some drinks. We make our way into the show. I don't know if I'll pull up now. I had a thread going last night to try to take you on this journey. I mean, if you're listening just to the podcast, I mean, I'm going to have to tell you in audible words.
Audibly.
So I'm going to get rid of our little sexy banner here. It's just us here. I'm going to bring up. All right. So we see Tony Nese on here.
Can I just say, first off, if you scroll back up to your comment, here for a thread of whatever the hell I experienced tonight, it sounds like you were definitely expecting something.
Oh yeah, I mean, I couldn't predict exactly, but like I said, I knew I was going to experience something interesting. So you see Mercedes Martinez, Bully Ray, Gangrel, Jerry the King Lawler, Tony Nese, Buddy Matthews. We got some people there. We had Blue Meanie was signing autographs. Godfather was there. So we got the Bud Selects going here. 99 calories, 3.1 carbs. You got to respect that. Goes down smooth, and it was free. It was a free beer. We made it, and then as soon as we were getting beers, we saw that apparently what the main event was going to be was now starting off the show. Jerry the King Lawler he wanted to get out of Philly as quick as possible, so he wanted to get the match over with.
Still playing a heel, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, as soon as we got in there, all the boys were getting a picture with the Godfather, and I kind of like shunned it off and went right into the bathroom for a quick tea break. Told him I was like, if you want, I'll Photoshop myself in, but we're not gonna worry about that. No offense to the Godfather, love you. We had an instant ref bump in this match with the Jerry the King Lawler brought out the fire, blew it into the ref's face, and then we got the most over person at 2300 Arena last night was bearded Danny DeVito Santa Claus. I mean, he was, every time that the ring announcer announced that he was going to be the ref of the match, huge pop. I even put MVP of that match was Bald Santa, dude, not knowing that I was going to be getting a lot more of Bald Santa, Danny DeVito. Got very excited when he was back. We had Eric Redbeard.
Hey, okay. I would have
he-
loved to go to this show. I'm very upset that I was not able to.
He kicked the shit out of some dude. Here we go again. Just Danny DeVito, Santa guy.
There's a lot of Danny DeVito in that face.
Whew, look at those beards. Look at all those beards.
Yeah, a lot of hair.
Kind of a bummer though, because the match that I was looking forward to the most was Tony Nese versus Buddy Matthews, and as you can tell, it instantly ended in a DQ.
What happened? Did they like kick each other?
Two guys came down. I mean, like I said, I don't follow Battleground Championship Wrestling that much. It seems like they do show like every few months. I know they're coming back in March, and they set up a match for Bully Ray, but every few months. So I think the last time these two guys that came down were kind of getting involved with Buddy Matthews. So they ended up coming down and attacking immediately. And then we had the Tony Nese and Buddy Matthews teaming up to beat up these jaBROnis. But I was really looking forward to Tony Nese versus Buddy Matthews. So that was kind of a bummer. And then at a certain point, things just got like insane. There's the one thing here where I don't know why. Okay, the Raven thing. So they did a segment with Dave LaGreca, Busted Open, coming out to interview Raven. And Raven came down with some dude named Odin, and he was on a leash, like a long leash, as you could tell, and like walking down had him leashed up. And it was very awkward. And at some point there was like an altercation, and Raven walked to the top of the ramp and then like let go of the leash, and he started like running, and then he got like stopped by the chain right before he got to the ring. It looked like he broke his neck. It was very weird. It reminded me of Mr. Slave from South Park.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Again, at this point, I had no idea what was going on. And then Big Boy season, and there was some dude dressed like Tarzan with a gold bone. And I have no clue what is going on anymore, but Bald Santa, Danny DeVito is back along with some hefty men. One dude's shirt is Big Boy season. And the one dude I said looks like 5 Jungle Boys, maybe 6.
More like
at this point, I kind of checked out of the whole.
So you were over it at this point.
At the live
Gangrel though.
Gangrel was that happened
like my
after
main
this.
attraction for me.
Let me get this back here. But yeah, after the that whole guy in the Tarzan outfit with the gold bone and everything, and Gangrel happened. That was fun. Again, it was just very.
Did he do his entrance?
Huh?
Did he do his entrance, Gangrel?
Yeah, he did. That was why we went mainly. I feel like I was like, Gangrel's gonna be there. Like, this is great.
Please spit blood at me.
All happened.
Cool.
All right, so everyone I was with was significantly intoxicated. I, however, was not. I had a few beers. I got very hungry at some point. There was an intermission. I went over and there's a few benches and a little snack shop. So I went 2 hot dogs and a slice of pizza. But you need to go over $10. So
Yeah.
she was like, "You want to throw another slice of pizza on there?" I was like,
2 hot dogs and a slice of pizza wasn't $10?
"No,
Pretty good.
respect,
Good. Respect.
respect."
Respect.
So I think it might have came to a total of like 12, 13. But I got 2 slices of pizza, 2 hot dogs. I watched the main event of the UFC, Derek Lewis and who was it? Dan. I had that up during intermission. Got some food, ready to go for the second half, fueled up. But progressively, people I was with getting drunker. Pale ales are going.
Sure.
Words of a strip club start coming up now. And Club Risque is literally in like walking distance to. So I don't want to do that. I barely want to be out with people in the real world at this point. Like, I realize how antisocial I am with, like, when I go out. I'm just like, wow, I kind of want to go home. So I start planning an escape route. And this is why I usually drive everywhere, because I need to be able
to have
to
that
leave
option. Yeah.
and this is the second time it bit me in the ass. So I see it. And the one who drove us here, I'll just name. I see it in his eyes. It's strip club's happening. So reroute, call the wife. She's finishing up work. I'm like, 2300 Samson, let's go. You need to get me because things are going to happen.
Absolutely.
So I end up, show finishes. She gets there right when the show's finishing. I hop in with her. Don't know what's to come of the 4 jabronis I've left behind. But I didn't really leave them behind. They knew I was leaving. I said goodbye.
Yeah. I mean, this seems like it's a pretty like closed case. You're in the car with your wife. You're about to head home. Very intrigued about what you're about to get into.
Well, first, on the way home from just getting back, the wife picks me up. We have to make a left on Christopher Columbus Boulevard, and then you get on the 95, and we're on our way home. She makes a left on Christopher Columbus Boulevard, and it's like one of those like far lanes you got to turn. There's like 7 lanes coming towards you, and then you got to go to the far one. And then she turns into, luckily no one was coming. She turns into where like the middle, where it's still oncoming traffic. And I'm like, wow, I avoided driving home with anybody. Like, I wasn't driving home with who drove us there. Hopefully he sobered up and well, you'll find out, but I wasn't risking my life at all. It was either Uber or the wife coming, and she ended up on it, but she fixed it, turned around, made the right turn. We're good.
Good.
Whew. I wake up to 43 text messages this morning on my phone to find out that they went to the strip club, and then the person who was all about the strip club, everything, then Irish goodbye to everybody that he drove to the strip club, and then went home, and then stranded the 3 other people at the strip club. And then I just have the text thread of just everyone in there calling him a dick. What a dick move. I can't believe you did that. Just scrolling through, and I'm like, holy shit.
Whoa, hold on now. Hold on. All right. I have questions. Okay.
All right, let's go. I got answers.
Hold on. I have one question, and I have to think of it, or at least a wording of it. So how did they like? Were they hitting you up to like pick them up? I guess since were they hitting you up to pick them up, and you just missed it, or
it all started with, I guess he said he was going to the bathroom, something like that, left, and then they started texting because there was a little group message we had with like the 5 of us.
And then he like, yeah, man, I left?
I mean, let me go see the first.
Like, how did they figure out that he is like, yo, he ain't in the bathroom?
He said it.
Okay.
He sent the message saying like, oh my God. Yeah, so 12:02. 12:02
It's
a.m.
early.
Love you guys. Great night with a bunch of exclamation marks. This
Dude,
is the guy who bailed on all of them. Right after that, a message was sent saying, had to bail. Sorry, fellas. Love you. And then the first message is, are you serious? Dude, where are you at? And then he said, sorry, like, I couldn't take it. Sorry, guys. You had to go. And I, asshole, that's fucked up. You left. Dick move. I had to leave, but you couldn't tell us. Come on, dude. Dick move. That was a dick move. Douchebag. Dude, that's fucked up. Asshole move.
You gotta tell them, man. Like, I understand the Irish goodbye. I'm the author of many of them, but you gotta tell them, man. You gotta, in that situation, you gotta tell them. So, did everyone get home safe?
Everyone got home safely. Luckily I got out of all that because
Oh my god,
I would have been irate. But
yeah.
that was my visit to Battleground Championship Wrestling. Pretty interesting. So yeah, you having work kind of sucked. It was, again, I'm not saying I'll never. It was fun.
Sorry.
It was fun.
But I mean, like, for in all honesty, let's play the what if game. And if I had gone, okay. I mean, you knew the people. I don't know the people. Probably would have been following your lead, and I would have, we would have done. I feel like it would have been the exact same thing up until the point where we left.
I would have drove.
Okay.
So we would have been good with that.
Yeah. Okay.
There was re-entry, so I found that out. After eating, I was like, I saw someone walk out. I was like, am I gonna have to smoke, maybe? And they were like, yeah, just tell the guard. And I had like half a beer, and he was like, you just can't take that out. And I was like, I'm just gonna put it here, and if it's not here when I come back, that's fine.
Battleground is a little bit more lenient.
It was so I was kind of surprised by that, especially because the way things are going and everything like seems to be going in the complete opposite direction. That I was surprised that I could get in and out of there real quick, but that was nice at least. But pretty interesting. Pretty interesting night.
That's a doozy. That is a doozy for sure.
But I digress. We can move on now to the week that was, what's been going on. I don't know. I feel like I've been out of the loop.
I don't feel like out of the loop. I definitely didn't watch as much wrestling as I probably should for someone who co-hosts a wrestling show. I watched some.
I watched everything, I believe, all this week.
But I mean, I have the highlights. I think I definitely did watch an AEW show. Definitely wasn't Dynamite though. I was talking to somebody.
So you watch Rampage?
No, what? No, I meant I watched Dynamite. I did not watch Rampage.
Rampage, I didn't get to. I read about the 3 matches on it. I didn't get to watch it. I watched SmackDown and then kind of just skimmed through what happened on Rampage.
I'm talking to somebody at work today, and he's a fellow wrestling fan, and he asked me out of nowhere, "Hey, do you watch Rampage?" I'm like, "I'm not gonna lie, dude. I don't watch Rampage." He's like, "Yeah, man, it doesn't do it for me at all." And like, I kind of get that a little bit.
Is it because the not live aspect of it? Because I feel like
I don't think so. I mean, I used to watch SmackDown when it wasn't live, like, all the time. I don't know what it is. It's not that it's bad. It's just maybe it's like that caps off a long week of a lot of wrestling, and I just once 10 o'clock hits, it's like, dude, I'm done with wrestling.
It is late, and usually I watch SmackDown on Saturday morning, wake up, have some coffee, usually watch SmackDown, and then try to do Rampage after it. And then usually we'll record around like noon time. So it's usually, and that's usually what I always forget, Raw and Dynamite, because
out of all of them, and even though it sucks, Raw's the one that always seem to catch, even with Monday Night Football on.
Like because they usually just have this. It was like, all right, Bobby Lashley has to beat like 17 people, and he's added to the match. And you're like, all right, cool. Like Bobby, throughout the night, progressively, Bobby Lashley's just gonna beat everyone, and then there's gonna be like a DQ, and then he'll be in the match. It's like you kind of know what's going to happen. That's what happened, and you get to it. What that was that the main? That was like the main.
That was like
storyline of Raw.
Yes, yeah.
Which was progressively like each out. Was it? He wrestled KO, then Rollins, and then Big E?
That is correct, yes. But, I mean, aside from that, there was nothing really to write home about from Raw. I mean, I think the biggest story of the wrestling week, as far as the show goes, is what happened on SmackDown, which I didn't get to see live. I had to stick to my YouTube highlights, but the Paul Heyman, the Roman Reigns thing, and I had my theories. I've been preparing for day one since like our last championship pay-per-view, and I've had it all lined up, ready to go, and then Friday kind of changed it a little bit.
Ooh,
yes, yeah, Friday kind of changed it a little bit, only because I think I know what's going to happen, so. No spoilies. I don't want to give you an advantage, but
we had the Paul Heyman's out.
Mm-hmm. Is he now? Is he now?
You're saying this is all just a little
this is all ruse. He's like, Roman probably went up to him and was like, yo, Paul, take a punch for me real quick. It will fool everybody. And we'll fool Lesnar at day one. Probably just spoiled it, but that's what I think we're heading down. Not the fantasy book or anything.
Football Scouting Report just hopped in here and said he was rewatching Sheik Hogan 89 MSG match. Hogan won the title. Less than a minute in, Hogan clotheslined Sheik with Sheik's robe. Why was that not a DQ? Hulkamania was a lie all this time.
Now that's an interesting point.
It is.
When you bring up something like that, I always think of, I don't know if you've ever watched the event, but Over the Edge in '98, the year before the bad one. It was Farouk versus The Rock. And The Rock was cutting a promo earlier in the night. Farouk came out, pile drove him, and Rock had to be put into this neck brace. And during their match later in the night, Farouk nailed him with the neck brace. And my brothers would be like, oh, that didn't hurt. He's selling. I was like, well, no shit, he's selling. But and it wasn't a DQ. I was always curious about that. Maybe because it's not a hard object. I guess maybe the ref's like, yo, come on, dude. That doesn't hurt you. Yeah. I mean, that's just my thinking.
It's
because it was a soft neck brace.
Under whatever certain circumstances.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we've seen pillow fights on TV,
Puppies. Speaking of
how fitting,
puppies.
Fall Scouting Report happens as I have Red Zone right next to me. It's amazing.
It's a beautiful match, but so I could definitely see where you're leaning towards with this whole double crossing. And
yeah.
Heyman thinking, Brock thinking that Paul's on his side, and we keep doing this dance for a little bit longer. I mean, whoa, I can't believe we didn't mention this. Our boy, the man who your Twitter handle is named after, is getting his first pay-per-view match.
It's not that we didn't mention it. It's just, we didn't get there yet. Okay. I see a lot of people on Twitter shitting on this. And
Why?
I guess because like I guess it may be a no-brainer that Madcap's gonna lose, but I don't know about that, and I don't hate it. It's a fresh matchup with Drew and Madcap, and I mean I don't hate it at all. Strike me down, but day one is kind of looking like a solid card, and
After this news.
I know they want to like make it a real big pay-per-view, but like it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. I didn't think it would, but it's looking pretty good.
Go get Madcap Moss, dude.
We're gonna get Madcap Moss in his first match. How can you not be excited about that?
Let's go.
I'd much rather see that than Baron Corbin.
And again,
No offense.
I love Corbin, but right now this is what needs to happen. I mean, he's gonna get to Corbin. He'll beat Corbin.
Yeah, exactly. He'll get to Corbin.
Like that on Friday, probably. Or they'll have the rematch again of Madcap Moss and Drew on that following SmackDown. Something like that. But it's happening. It's happening.
Very excited about it.
The Madcap title run. This is just
imminent.
Climbing up the.
Definitely imminent.
I mean, every time we do it, it's kind of shameless, but we should do Madcap merch. Excellent stuff. We move on. What else can we get into for
I feel like something happened this week. Something happened this week, didn't it? Something
happened this week.
Something happened. I'm serious. Something happened this week, didn't it? Something like I don't know, something outside of the storyline aspect, like something outside of the ropes. I feel like I read something, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. It's been crazy.
I saw Jeff Hardy was performing some music.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah,
that be doing good. So that was good.
And it seems like the since last week we spoke about how it's like crazy how people think that Jeff did this purposely. Well, that rumor kind of picked up a little bit at the beginning of the week. People were actually thinking about people were actually like saying that like that could be a possibility.
There was articles written about it.
Yeah, pretty intense. But I mean, I still think it's bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's bullshit as well.
But anywho, Steve Austin turned 57. That's a big day. 57. He's still not 60 yet. I thought he would be 60. He's not.
He still kick everyone's ass if you wanted
to.
He
still kick everyone's ass. And then we had the. This is probably gonna get into like a. People are gonna like hate me, maybe not hate me, but like think I'm just like again like such a dumbass. But the formats for the Owen tournament were announced by Tony Khan.
I did not see that though.
Yes, there's going to be a male and a female tournament. I think it happens like next year. They didn't name anybody who was in it, I don't think, but they just said there's going to be a male and a female tournament. It's going to happen next year. Martha Hart will present the Owen Cup. I think.
Now, are you, because I know recently you were saying about tournaments and stuff, sometimes do you see this tournament as being one of those like
if
NCAA tournaments.
If AEW is doing it, this tournament's going to last like 3 months. Yes. But that the wrench that's thrown into this is like, I just can't. Let me preface this by saying Martha can do whatever she wants with Owen's legacy. And it's not like I hate it. And the fact, like, WWE is not an option, totally get it. Totally understand that. I just feel like this is kind of her I guess, sticking it to WWE. Maybe. And I mean, like why now? Like why now? Is it because there was like not another promotion to hold an Owen tournament? Like I just feel like there's not, I don't want to say genuine motive behind it, but I feel like it's one of the reasons she's doing it is so that WWE can see that, fuck you.
Is that right? And then also AEW could just have put it forth where it's like, we can do however you want this to go. And kind of like more where if it was in WWE, it would be micromanaged to, I don't know. I just feel there was probably more of plus they don't have a relationship with each other whatsoever.
At all. Like it is like, I don't understand, like it's to honor Owen and he deserves that completely. But I'm just not with the reasoning that I think is behind it. That's all. Sorry, don't shame me.
There's no shaming. You're allowed to say that's. I don't think that's like a crazy.
I mean, it's not like it's not crazy because like Owen didn't do anything for AEW. He did stuff for the wrestling business, and yes, but if you're gonna do something for the wrestling business, I feel like all parties should be involved, including the company that he worked with.
Killed him.
Yeah, basically. But
killed.
That was a storyline that caught my eyelids to this week. That's it. That's it for me, really.
It was kind of it wasn't really, besides me going to that show this week, everything kind of seemed pretty low key. No one was going too crazy this week for the most part.
Wasn't too bad. Wait, was Final Battle this past weekend? And we didn't talk about it? Or did we talk about it last week?
Wasn't it last week?
It was last Saturday? So
yeah.
We didn't talk about it. Anything? No, nothing.
I didn't really. I saw little bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
Trying to remember last weekend is crazy.
Oh, all right.
My show notes are very minimal this week. But especially because that after what happened last night, that was just like I kind of figured that I was coming on to just mainly center around that, and then just not put myself in a situation like that again.
So it's unfortunate. You really gotta just learn, just start to drive yourself. That's all you gotta do. And there's a monsoon in Jacksonville or Miami. One of them.
Should we do I kind of already mentioned mine, but
we could do jaBROni of the week.
Yeah, I kind of, but let's do it.
Johnny Cena went to town riding on a pony. Rock stuck a feather up his ass and called him a jaBROni.
All right. Jabroni of the week. And I mean, I can't name the person because of the story, but I mean, leave no jabroni behind from our story earlier. You can't give everybody a ride to the wrestling show and then get them all to go to the strip club and then just leave them. You can't do that. That's yeah. And then just nonchalantly send a text message like, sorry guys, I had to go.
Enjoy the lap dances.
Yeah, I do. So that and then also what's his name?
Did he ever respond to all these insults that was happening this morning? Like, do we
Yeah, he
know?
kept saying like, sorry, I had to go. And
Did he say why he had to go?
he said
Are you
someone
able
said
to
something
share
to
that?
him, but I didn't look into more context of it.
Maybe a
So
stripper asked for
but
a dance.
still, I feel like maybe he just he got there, he thought he wanted to be there, and then all of a sudden.
That happens. That happens. That
And then
happens.
also like Raven coming out with like
What do you think that killed it for him? You think that killed the mood?
Gimp dude with the chain. He's
'Cause I
also
feel like
part of
I meant to say it earlier when we were talking about it, but I felt like Raven holding a leash with another guy attached to it, or like anybody attached to it for that matter. I feel like that's pretty on par for Raven.
Yeah, but it's just I don't know. When you have to agree to that, like, wait, what? What am I gonna do? You're gonna put a thing around my neck and it was pretty awkward.
All right,
But jabroni of the week definitely
for sure.
stranding your friends at the strip club.
Yeah.
Thank God I got out of that.
Good job. Good for you. Great call. Gonna go outside of the wrestling world this week. And I know I tweeted something earlier this week with the hashtag jaBROni of the week. And if you'll bear with me, I forget who that was in reference to. Yes, okay, now I remember. You know, we as a society have rules in place for a reason, and that is for them to be followed. And when I say society, I mean the NFL. Before the year started, there was a very formal email or memo, as they call it in the biz, saying that there will be no rescheduled games.
This is true.
Or positive COVID tests or COVID outbreaks. I don't know the actual words. You can look it up. It's there. It's there though. And wouldn't you know it, we had like a shitload of players get COVID or get in contact with COVID. So much so that they had to reschedule 3 or 4 games that were supposed to happen this weekend. Now, keep in mind, I am very, very thankful that the Eagles game was rescheduled because now I get to go.
This is true.
However, there are a lot of people who can't go because of work. And my whole thing is, if you're going to send out a memo saying that you're not going to reschedule games because of outbreaks, then you should probably not reschedule games because of outbreaks. It's confusing your fans. You're going back on your word, and you're also, it just kind of sounds like you care about money so much, like too much. Now, I'm not one that's like, oh man, we should be getting an easy win, yada yada yada. No, I mean it's Washington. I feel like we can beat Washington. Fine. That's not me. I feel like we're gonna beat Washington anyway, whether they had no COVID tests or not, or COVID tests. I feel like we would have whooped their ass anyway. But I'm just it's a very greedy thing, and I'm not all about that. And it's very unfortunate for those who were supposed to go to the game that now cannot go to the game. It's real upsetting. It's really upsetting. And I guess this could go toward Roger Goodell. Not maybe I don't know who makes this. Well, he's commissioner. He has to make the decisions. So I guess Roger Goodell is my jabroni of the week. I think that's a first timer.
And look who
Hey, and I'll see him there.
South Jersey Football Scout Report. Everyone's gonna be at the game on Tuesday.
Everyone's gonna be at the game. I'll be the one with all the Wawa people.
That's a fair jabroni of the week, though. I mean, it has its positives. I mean, we get more.
Yeah, again, it definitely has its positives, but I mean, at the same time, I had to like switch my schedule. I had to switch to other people's schedule just so I could go to the game. But I mean, like once the opportunity was there, I wasn't gonna let it go. But yeah, it was very unfortunate, very dumb, very dumb.
Jabroni of the week. Oh my god! And he's throwing his, and this is a great one. Ben Simmons is a jabroni of the week.
I think that's a strong candidate. I mean, I think we've only named him once on jabroni of the week, but
I definitely had him as jabroni of the week.
Right. I feel like he's a strong candidate for a jabroni of the year. Honestly,
he would be up there. I mean, last year it was the Mysterios won that award.
And yes, and it's a much tighter race this year. Crunching the numbers, it's a much tighter race.
I was looking. I was trying to work on my match of the year. I had like about 3 pop in my head, and I'm kind of debating between them. But speaking of it, I mean, we're going to have to be recording this thing soon, so we'll let the people know. Let's check this out real quick.
Johnny Cena went to
That's not it.
Wrong one.
Here
That's
it is.
the wrong one.
It's the fucking most prestigious night of the year. And
I'm very curious of a lot of those as it gets closer. Moment of the year is one that really jumps out to me because I feel like people will think it's just such a slam dunk, but there's also there's potential for a swerve, I think. So I'm very interested in that. Match of the year. I haven't even freaking thought of match of the year. Baby face of the year. I didn't even know that was a thing. I'm definitely gonna be looking at that. God, it's just I'm giddy.
last year we had Drew McIntyre took some home. Bailey took some home.
I think McIntyre definitely had my superstar of the year for sure.
Did he get? I think he might have got face too, because I think we each give out our own. It's not like one overall. We each give out our own of who we. I mean, again, these are just all opinion based. I mean, if Reginald or Cap gets
everything we say weekly is opinion based. The jaBROnis, the jaBROni Awards, those are factual statements.
This is what they're giving out. We sometimes
not subjective. This is actually happening. This is the fact, and you're wrong if you think otherwise. Basically.
I mean, he was throwing out there the Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega.
It's up there.
Out there. I mean,
there was sure.
Was that 60? Was that 60 or was that 30?
That one was 30.
That was 30, right? And then 60 was just Hangman and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I personally think. I mean, it might have been 60. I can't remember. But I gotta say, I enjoyed Page versus Bryan better. Danielson.
There we go.
Danielson.
Let it begin. And then also there's we got the green light to do more content for Body Slam if we do
choose to do so.
Yeah. So this all came about. We were joking around, and One Tree Hill we were talking about.
Yes,
And
the seed was planted when I almost named Sophia Bush my jabroni of the week. I think that was 2 weeks ago.
this then led to somehow doing like a show about One Tree Hill, jaBROni Tree Hill, where One Tree Hill's still in there, but just add the JABR there.
Yeah.
And still like, and that's already been kind of made, doctor up. But apparently we're greenlit to do the show, and it's gonna be on Twitch and then on Patreon at some point. So
yes,
we're figuring out some of the details of what we're gonna do. Is it gonna be episodic? Are we gonna do
I
more
feel
than
like each show should be
an episode, or are we doing like
episode.
2 episodes in one? Or
I mean, we can nail down the details. I was thinking of an episode, but I mean, if you think we have the ability to do 2 episodes per episode,
I mean,
look,
it seems like
I could do this all day. All right, I can just let you know. But
it looks like we could also have the jaBROC. So I mean, this is 2 pivotal
which
teenage
is
soap
very
dramas
interesting
in the
because I've
2000s.
never laid eyes on the OC, so that would be completely new to me.
And see, that was my favorite.
Yeah,
was
see,
my
I don't
go-to.
know nothing about OC.
So I mean,
Just when it launches, if it launches, come out and show your support because there's certain people's wives who think that there's no market for jaBROni Tree Hill.
oh my god, that's ridiculous.
Right.
This is
It's
gonna be,
want to see 2 30-year-olds talk about One Tree Hill.
but only in a way that we know how to.
Yeah, exactly.
And it would be also fun to actually just bring people on randomly for the episode, people who have never watched the show and they just specifically watch like season 2, episode 7, and not know characters or anything. Just have them on and see what their thoughts are. I think that would be fun because I feel like that's not really done, where you just kind of throw people into the mix and without any character development knowledge or anything. So that could be. But I don't know. There's going to be more ridiculous content out there that we are going to be doing. And you can find all past episodes of the jaBROnis on YouTube. We got our little playlist, all past episodes. They also go up on Spotify, all podcast apps. I think that's going to be now where from now on, it's going to be more exclusive to YouTube. You're going to be able to catch the episode live on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all that. If not, you're going to be able to catch it on YouTube right after. But if not, it's going to be starting going up on the podcast feed on Mondays now. So if you don't catch it, watch it on YouTube, wherever you're going to have to you listen to podcasts, it's going to be Monday. They are going to be dropping. So, because there was a little problem I had with the RSS feed and getting things loaded up. So a couple episodes didn't get loaded up recently. That's all fixed completely. So now, but they will be dropping on Mondays on a little podcast feed. That's only a little update there. What else we got going into? You can help support bodyslam.net and everybody there by going to the slam chats we got going up there. So I don't see any of this. We're just the little guys down here, but just kidding. You guys check out slam chats. You can go support all the content that we are doing here on the channel. There's so many shows that I cannot even start to list them off. So you just go to the bodyslam.net YouTube channel, scroll through, check it out. Go follow everybody on Twitter, and I'm sure they got their Instagrams and whatnot. But I stick to the little Twitter here. At jaBROnis Pod. He's over here. Madcap jaBROni. I'm Happy jaBROni. This is the holiday week as well here. We
yes. Oh, yeah. Hey.
So we have day ones in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Is Christmas? What do we got?
That's Saturday's Christmas Day, right?
This would be correct.
This would be correct.
So what are we doing next week? Should we record on Sunday?
We could try.
Because if not, yeah, Saturday and Friday are both seem like they're out.
I mean, in all reality, I don't know what you got going on. It might be out for you, but I work till 1, so it might not be out for me.
On what, Christmas
Day? But if it, we could do.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be around.
We could do Sunday.
All right. So yeah. So we're gonna be back next Sunday.
Yeah.
Talking about the festive week that was, which will lead into the following week, which it's not been a topic on the show recently, but popping back out, if you can see underneath, the jaBROni World Championship, and also our brother shows. They come around once in a while. The Push, their prediction little title, I got that as well. I got that, and then their show ended.
Yeah, you really did it to them, man.
They pop up once. I think they did an interview maybe for a second, and they're just back out again. But we got both going, both titles. But between you and I I've let other people have a little shot at this for a while. Back to a little one-on-one action.
Are you sure it's not going to turn into a fatal 4-way?
Somehow, probably. This is going to be a Hot Bobby situation where Hot Bobby's getting at it and Seth's getting at it. But for now, this is what the authority says. For now, dude, this is a straight up singles match. No one's getting added to it at all. Okay. Do you think I want that? I've just got done with all defending this against so many jaBROnis.
Fair enough.
This is day one. This is a first time thing. I don't know what to expect here. And then we got a couple weeks, and then we got Rumble. I'm sure something.
That's like another whole. They're like a month apart, yeah.
And that would be. If I hold on to this, that would be the 1 year since I think you won it at the Rumble last year
for the first time.
And then I think I went on retreat. I ran away for several months, grew a long beard, and then came back. Inevitably retained it, and then been going strong. People try to take it. Kane was involved in there too at some point. WWE Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna be getting out of here. We'll see you guys next week.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays,
Happy
whatnot. jaBROnis. Out.
jaBROni, jaBRONI, XYZ, ABC. Oh, it doesn't matter how you spell jaBROni.